Welcome back to Red Hot Wrestling. Today, we are going to talk about, is Roman Reigns going to be at the Elimination Chamber? I will answer that question and what it entails if he is not at Elimination Chamber, as that has come out that he hasn't been advertised, and he never was advertised for the PLE, and he still isn't. And apparently, some people don't expect him to be at Elimination Chamber. We'll talk about that, and then towards the end of the video, we're gonna have a mini SmackDown review. We're gonna talk about some of the things that did happen on SmackDown, just the key points. It won't be too long. This is gonna be a nice shorter video. I'm not gonna go into much detail. Just gonna talk about Roman Reigns, that situation, and obviously SmackDown, which I thought was a good show. Nothing special, but I thought it was good, and progressed some stories. So we will talk about that. But first, we obviously have to start with Roman Reigns and the fact that he's still not advertised for Elimination Chamber, which is, I believe, next month. I believe the Elimination Chamber is next month, and this is a problem. This is a problem, ladies and gentlemen, because if he is in fact not at Elimination Chamber, you can book him and Rock main eventing WrestleMania, which could, I don't know what you do with Cody. It could very well screw Punk and Rollins out of night one main event. Who the fuck knows? But I talked about this in a previous video, which is why this is going to be a much shorter video. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I already talked about it. But if the Rock and Roman main event, and that's the main event of WrestleMania, that's the match, what the fuck do you do with Cody? That I would love to know what they do with Cody, because I don't have an answer. I do not have an answer. I don't know what they do with Cody. And does Roman drop the title at the Royal Rumble in the Fatal 4-Way if they know this is the outcome? I mean, you have to think of it as a possibility. Maybe this is why they don't have Roman advertised. Maybe Triple H wants to keep us on our toes, but it's kind of weird that you don't have Roman Reigns advertised when trying to sell tickets for the show. But it might just be advertised after the Royal Rumble. Who knows? I think he's going to be at an Elimination Chamber. I don't. There's no way he's not going to be at the Elimination Chamber in Australia in the big stadium. So I think he will. I think he will be at Elimination Chamber. I think he will face The Rock. That would be the match, and Cody will finish his story at WrestleMania, um, in the main event of night two, and finally take that title of Roman Reigns. But I just wanted to discuss it because, like, if he's really not at Elimination Chamber, there's going to be a lot of things to talk about, and there is a big problem if Roman is not in the Elimination Chamber. Hell, it wasn't even on the latest edition of SmackDown. I wouldn't put it past him. But I think he will be there. I think we get Rock, Roman at Elimination Chamber, and then we get Cody and Roman at WrestleMania the way it should be. Then let's get to the SmackDown review. Like I said, it was a good show. Just a few talking points. We're going to talk about someone I really want to give them their flowers, which is Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis, who has been absolutely great. He's been phenomenal since being given the opportunity to be SmackDown GM. And in this position, he's great. He's great, man. This was a perfect way to introduce him for the casual audience who obviously didn't know who the fuck Nick Aldis is. I knew who he was. Obviously, hardcore wrestling fans know who Nick Aldis is. I knew him from Simon TNA back in the day. That's when I first saw Nick Aldis. I didn't see much of his work in NWA, but I didn't know that he had was like the longest reigning NWA champion in modern era. So yeah, he's been great. He's just a great talker. He's got a great look, built, and love to see what they do with him. I can't wait to see him get in the ring. He might face Randy at WrestleMania because I don't see anything else for him for Randy. Um, they might wait for like after Mania to do something with him, but Randy could very well be the opponent at WrestleMania for Nick Aldis. Um, and obviously for Randy because, like I said, Randy doesn't really have anything. But just Nick Aldis, just different to Adam Pearce. It's great to have two GMs. It's great to have two GMs. Adam Pearce is great, but Nick Aldis is just everything about him. Great talker, just commanding, and really good authoritative GM. So Nick Aldis is fucking great, and I just want to give him his flowers in terms of that opening segment and just everything he's done on screen as an on-screen personality. He has been fantastic. Then Triple H, gotta give him credit with everything he's doing with the the lucha libre and etc. with Legado da Fantasma and the LWO, the tag team match they had, Angel Garza and Humberto versus Cruz del Toro and I forget the other guy, man. Uh Joaquin Wild. Cruz del Toro is the one I normally forget, so I'm actually shocked about that. But Joaquin Wild and Cruz del Toro, I think that's his name. The tag team match, which I thought was fucking great, and really gave them time to go, showcase their abilities because really the LWO in terms of the tag team, Joaquin Wild and Cruz, haven't really gotten a chance on television to be in matches and like proper angles. They've really just been like a side piece. Just if they on TV, it's like 2, 3, 4 minute matches where they don't go over. Even though they didn't go over here, and I thought it was the right decision for them not to go over. And the heels cheated to win, so kind of gives them an excuse as to why they didn't win. Still was a great performance, just great all around wrestling, and this this is great. It's obviously you can see the pathway to Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar at WrestleMania, which again you can see the seeds being planted for WrestleMania, and just good. I was in brand warfare. It's not brand warfare. Faction warfare, good old factions, and yeah, it's really good, and just want to give it props. It was really enjoyed it. Speaking of factions, we got Lashley and the Street Profits, the Pride. Not to convince them that name, gonna have to get used to it. The Pride had their in-ring promo and talk for a little bit, not too long. Entrance looked cool as hell, I will say that. Looked like they meant business. And then we got a nice video package. Karen Cross, AOP, Karen Cross talking, and we got the faction name, the Final Testament. So that's their faction name. I actually like the name personally. I like the name, and love to see what they do here. Again, more factions on SmackDown. Don't mind it. We'll see what they continue to do here. In terms of Bobby Lashley, his group, Karen Cross, his group. This is really Karen Cross's last chance, I believe, and so far has been doing a good job. I'm invested. AOP's back. Karen Cross, I'm very invested in this. Then quickly want to talk about Mello. He was on the show, and just wanted to say that just book it off the stand and deliver. Him on SmackDown fits in perfectly, and yeah, him and Austin Theory, I thought were having a decent match. And unfortunately, what happened, and thankfully they're both okay. But Carmelo Hayes, the future, and can't wait to see what he does on SmackDown in 2024 after WrestleMania and stand to deliver for NXT. Then Damage Control, women got showcased really well. Bianca and Bailey went, I think, around 17 minutes. It was a really good match. Actually enjoyed it. And again, progressed the story of Damage Control kicking out Bailey. They didn't really help her. She was trying to she was distracting the referee. They wouldn't help, etc. And she ended up losing the match to Bianca. And again, just planting the seeds. But hopefully they do finally, split them up. Finally, kick Bailey out, turn her face, because it's been going for a while now, and I think the either next week or the Rumble will probably be it. So yeah, let's get that going, Trips. And then finally, we want to talk about what happened with the Bloodline and them getting attacked at the end of the night, which I thought was deserved. Oh man, God, I'm sick. But it was deserved. They got attacked at the end of the night. Little homage to the Shield. I saw that triple powerbomb into the announce table on Solo, and yeah, that's how we ended the show. And like I said, I thought it was a pretty decent show. I thought it was good. Nothing incredible, but going into the Royal Rumble, you're not gonna get anything crazy. But we will we will off the Rumble, heading straight into Elimination Chamber into WrestleMania. I'm expecting some really really good shows, but again, it wasn't a bad show. It was good. I enjoyed it. There was some stuff I really liked. Oh, before I almost forgot. Pete Dunne. Want to touch on this? Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne had a nice vignette where they're drinking coffee and basically hinting at the return of Pete Dunne because God, it's needed. That Butch thing was crap from Vince, and don't know what the fuck he was thinking, but we know that he had lost it at that point. He had lost it for a couple of years now, more than a couple. But yeah, really refreshing to get the return of the bruiserweight Pete Dunne, and I didn't see much of him at NXT or NXT UK, but I did see enough and how good he is, and I can't wait to see what they do with him, what they do with Tyler Bate. I really like Tyler Bate, really like Butch, Pete Dunne, who he's gonna be, and yeah, just overall good show, story progression, and you can see the different avenues where they're going, and I cannot wait to see what happens next. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like, click the notification bell so you're notified when I upload another video. Obviously subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.